it's Catherine here from Great Health Guide. Kat Millar is back with us today. Now, Kat Millar is a health and fitness coach and consultant, and she's also the owner of Get Results Training in Sydney, Australia. Thank you, Kat. Now, Kat, let's talk about for people who are just on their fitness journey, what do you think is the best couple of things that we can do to start that journey going? What do you suggest?
All right, if you're just starting your fitness journey, I recommend you prioritise enjoyment, number one. So to get the habit, and I've talked about this in the other videos, to get the habit you have to enjoy what you're doing. So the first priority with everyone I work with is, what do you find fun? So if you're just kind of starting out and you haven't done a lot lately, or maybe you haven't done fitness for a while, think about what you did in the past that you really loved. Like, was it classes? Was it training with someone else? Was it just going dancing? What was it in the past that you used to enjoy? And when I look at people's exercise history, I can kind of see trends or patterns about whether people like to train on their own or whether they are motivated to train with other people. People that have done a lot of classes in the past, I'll ask them, do you like exercising with other people? It's like, yeah, I used to train with my friends, but they moved town, and that's why I stopped. So so first identify, do you want to do classes? Do you want to train with other people? Are you motivated more to just be in your zone, put your music on and shut out the world, and then just do that? So do that for 2 or 3 weeks, and then you can start looking at other options. I recommend that you get a trainer that will be able to look at your form, at least for just one session, and fix your technique and see if there's anything that you're doing incorrectly. Because if you're doing reps over and over again in a faulty pattern, it actually starts to reinforce this brain to muscle kind of trick. And then if you go back and try and fix that pattern, it can actually be really hard, and it takes a lot of time and effort. Whereas if you start it really well, you'll continue well. So if you're learning new movements such as more advanced lifts like deadlifts, pull-ups, bench over rows, things like that, get someone to check your form, make sure your positioning's good, because you can't see it yourself. You can look in the mirror, but really you need to look at someone to look at you from all different angles and make sure that your posture is correct, because the last thing you want is an injury and to be put off, that type of thing. So get that checked out, and then start to track your progress, because like we talked about with the motivation video, results are so motivating. So if you can just track it and plan it and see what you're doing and see how far you've come, I find so many people find that just such an inspiring way to keep going. The goal is just to keep going. We're in this for life. We only get one body, so we want to make it enjoyable. We want to look at what you're going to really enjoy. Keep safe and track it would be my
That's
3
fantastic.
tips.
And another thing you touched on, like some people may not enjoy going to the gym or doing weights, but you mentioned, doing something you love like dancing, and that's a great thing. Like, what other ideas are there that you may enjoy that doesn't feel like working out, but you're actually getting good exercise? It could be having a game of tennis, or it could be, there's probably a lot of other ideas that actually gets the blood up, the heart rate.
Absolutely, and you don't realise that you're exercising because it's so much fun. I try and go to like once a month on a new hike, like a new place where you're doing some new hills and seeing new view. And if people say, do you want to catch up for coffee, I say, oh, can we do a new walk? And combine, if you're busy, multitask, and combine exercise with your social side. So that's another way to save time, and also
that's great.
See some new sights.
That's really good. That's really, really good. So it really is an inclusive pastime exercise. It doesn't have to be just for people who are really, really fit.
Absolutely.
Or it can be for anyone, which is fantastic.
Yeah, we all need to exercise. It's not for the elite, and it's not just for the gym bunnies, it's for everyone needs to stay active. So it's finding your fit in that.
Yeah, love it. Thank you so much, Kat.
No worries.
It's wisdom. Thank you.
Thanks, Kat.
We hope you enjoyed the production from Great Health Alliance Great Health Guide today. Any information made available on Great Health Guide, Great Health Alliance, or from Antalya Developments Proprietary Limited or Catherine Dodd is made available for interest purposes only. The topics chosen are topics of interest, and the content of the information only forms part of a public dialogue, exchange in relation to each topic. The purpose of making this information available is to stimulate research, discussion, and debate. Readers and listeners are encouraged to undertake their own research and consult with professional advisors to explore the metes and bounds of the topics discussed. As a consequence of the above and in any event, the information made available is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis or treatment. Readers and listeners and all people should seek the advice of a qualified health provider with any questions regarding a potential or actual medical condition or the proposed use of or decision not to use any particular product. Viewers should not regard professional medical advice or delay in seeking it at any time, including because of the content of any information made available here. The information should only be used, if at all, as a primer for viewers to decide whether the topic or topics is or are of interest, and if of interest, to consider whether to research them further and consult professional advisors about them. The views expressed are the views of the interviewees only. Antalya Development Proprietary Limited does not warrant, guarantee, or make any representation regarding the accuracy, veracity, adequacy, reliability, completeness, or timelines of any information available on or arising in relation to the Great Health Guide, the Great Health Alliance, or from Antalya Developments or Catherine Dodd, or that it is suitable for any use other than for that described above. Neither Antalya Developments Proprietary Limited nor Catherine Dodd endorses the views of any contributors to or interviewees of Great Health Guide and Great Health Alliance.